Yeah, so here in West Oakland, it's what we call a food desert. Are you familiar with that term? No grocery stores, just none. There's a liquor store about 30 feet away though, so if you're hungry. Okay, so we are standing in the shadow of the California Hotel. And this is a historic building that was built in May of 1930. But I don't know if y'all know, but back in the 1930s in the United States, black people didn't have the same rights as white people. So people were not allowed, and it was legal for them not to be allowed to come and stay in this hotel. So the city developers had some other ideas, and they said, hey, let's put a big highway here and let's section off West Oakland, and then let's develop to the north of here where there's Emeryville, or let's develop downtown, and then this kind of all went downhill from there. And in part because of the actual political practices or financial practices of not giving loans to people who wanted to develop, say maybe put a grocery store, you couldn't get a loan. You want a liquor store, you can get a loan.
So it's redlining.
Redlining is what that's called. You familiar with that? Yeah. So that happened, and you can have, if you look at the map, and you can see it right here. It's just blocked out. Like West Oakland, you get nothing, and it's really quite unfair. And that's what we just want to set an example for people. Like, this is what you can have in your backyard. This is what you do have in your backyard. And then also Chestnut Street neighbors and any other West Oakland folks that want to come by. We sell plants a couple times a year. But other than that, we don't really sell the food. It's just for people to come get. We have workshops on a weekly basis where people can learn about cooking, learn about health and nutrition, or just general wellness. We really want to make this space something where people can come and feel safe and feel like they can be nourished.
Some people don't have no space, so we try. You don't need space, get you a pot or whatever, so it's hard, and a lot of people, okay, what do I do with it? Some people don't even know how to cook.
Or people don't have ovens or stoves or pots and pans. So it's not just a matter of growing food and giving it to people. Like, there's a lot more deeper, all the stuff we talked about in the history. We're kind of in a state now, we people of color, like we're kind of used to a certain way of eating and a certain way of, like, when I talked about comfort foods, some of the comfort foods are fatty, they're fried, they're not good for us, but this is what we eat. This is what we turn to when we're depressed, and we're depressed all the time because we're poor, and we're poor, could go on and on and on. This is actually how I got here. I wanted to learn more about urban agriculture. I wanted to learn more about the food justice aspect of it. They put me to work, and we had like weekly discussions about race and class and power and privilege, because that's a big part of what we're doing here. It's just recognizing where we are in a position of privilege relative and where others are in that spectrum, and how we can kind of work together to change the system.